Okay, what I want to do now, because I think it's like I said, it's a little different. Like actually, this, like what the two things that I would probably do now. These weren't initially like I could say like poems and spoken word pieces. Like these were actually like songs that I had written, like I said, in verse. So, but every now and then I like performing those as well. So this one, like I said, this one is called Sandcastles. You know, like I can tell you, like lately I've kind of been in a little like mood concerning like relationships and things like that. And like I said, I wrote that song because you know, sometimes you can have relationships with people and it's really not made out of stone, it's made out of sand. So I kind of wrote this to that. Hope y'all remember. Okay. I'm staring at you, staring out the car. You know, the silence so loud I can hear my thoughts. And the space between us feels oceans apart. And all it takes is a few feet to mend the heart. Look, I ain't trying to throw stones, so why we shooting cannons? This is petty, can you tell me what we argue for? You said it never should be this way. But hey, what can I say? I'm trying to right this ship with no sail to catch the wind and drag us back to shore where we used to live. When it was me and you, thick caramel skin and curly hair, eyes just as sexy as your grin. Before all the arguing, and now we just look and get disgusted at how we handle things. And plus, I feel you manipulating heartstrings, but you should know by now, I don't sit well with puppetry. And it's like, at times, the passion, I guess, left you breathless. Too intense to be denied and too strong to rest. Those were the moments that felt so electric, in touch, and now it seems reckless. There's too much pride between you and I, and too many lies that you can hide behind. So I'm clutching at memories like sand from a broken hourglass, and I'm pissed we running out of time. I'm trying to fix it. This is senseless. Why are we so relentless? I don't hear you, don't listen. It's resentment twice. You want me to want you, but you won't have me. You play games for the chase, and yet you can't catch me. And where this is headed, I don't know. But these demons in the past, they can't make it where I gotta go. And I want you to make it where I gotta go. But I don't think we'll make it where I gotta go. Okay, so I'm just doing anything just to make it work. I keep pouring on the sand, but it won't stop the hurt. The cracks are too deep. I'm watching us collapse, and we crumbled so easily. But can we get it back? But what is there left to say? The sand castle's gone, and the beach is washed away. I think it never should have been this way. But hey, how can I say? When the tide wants to crash, and the sky wants to rain, how can you love with a sandcastle heart? And then the ocean sweeps in and removes the foundation, and all we got left is memories of ours. But nostalgia can't hold up to hours, and every minute past I see your image fading like the clouds. So I stand with my bucket and my shovel and the thought, this love wasn't strong enough. Walk away. The next one, and then I guess after that I'll leave with a little short. But like I said, the next one was a song that I had written. Like I said, it was kind of a combination of a couple of true stories. Like I said, that I know, and it's a story. Like I said, I hope y'all can follow it with me. And like I said, this one was very important to me as well. It's called Help. Okay. Let me get this together. It's gonna help. A dark night. A woman cries silently, wishing she had died before this time. Her bruises black and blue, face fine, thighs hurt, heart broken, pain by. Too many fights, too many lies, too many wise friends to whom she says she falls often. They don't believe her, so they call often, trying not to get screamed to see their friend in the early coffin. Her children see it too. She loves him too much. She keeps her mouth clenched. And he keeps his fist in a clutch. Young buck dude, trusts nobody but himself. So for every slap, tug, and punch he feels ain't much, it's payback for her not doing enough. She knows his fam life is rough, plus he young thus. It should be easier for him to change up. He don't. Sometimes he wants to blow a hole in him. She won't. She's too old and the youngest son will miss him much. She hates she loves him, or loves she hates him. Sitting at the kitchen table waiting for his return. Got dinner cooking, red beans and rice, the pot smoking. Can't let it burn, please not tonight. Her daydreams got her frightened. One of her two sons is in the living room den. He's 16, don't need to see this confrontation. When will it end? Praying, help, help me. She is praying every night, help, help me. So her jitterbugs have finally went away. But it's not easy to feel hate and be afraid of someone you love. Gotta clean this mess before he comes. Salvage the dinner. Remember that it's only one mistake in a million. Pressed for time like mints and newspaper prints. Scraping black off the dish. Reminiscing to the times when it was all love. Family ties. All hugs. Discrepancy lies in youth. But the truth will be revealed later on. Knowing that somewhere she went wrong, and somehow he went off. And now she hears the car coming. Engine turned off. Door slams. She wipes the tears and then she coughs and the youngest ran out of the den to get the door. When he hits the porch, walked in, a genuine draft stench swept forward with the silence that's demanding. Pushed past the youngest to the kitchen doorway, stops. He's there standing. She's staring in the sink, this man's glaring. She feels it and begins to think she's a bad parent. Her two sons' lives are shit. Anger's inherent. Daddy was never there. He committed drug marriage. It's apparent that cycle repeats itself. She's dealing with another man who beats her. Well, he doesn't hit her in the face. He tells herself so it's okay. She can always cover her welts. And that's enough respect for her, she guesses. Asked him about his day with the stain of love on the breath. Still haven't looked him in his eyes yet. Melts in the kitchen chair for his stress. Passes him his plate, concentrating on his chest. Waiting for his answer, gets silence. The quiet precursor to violence. Her heart says fight back tonight. And finally, she opens her mouth and screams to the youngest, it's dinner time! The men in the house now sit down. 16 and 25. One mean, the other hides behind long black coats. Depression, sighs, aggression lies behind his eyes. He never shows, because as far as she knows, his grades are cool and school's escape from home. How wrong she was. It never dawns on her the curse of here will bleed like tears because walls are too thin. And all she wants is peace. But it can't be. This man within her midst won't let it begin. And the silence is deafening. The men no longer eating. Something was said while she was thinking. Her breath quickens and then realizes she's speaking. And he's listening to her say what she never said before. She said, you know it's best you leave now. I love you so much. But you're no longer welcome in this house. You need to get out. And when they meet eyes, saw the surprise and terror. The anger when they look in the mirror. The failures between them. And see the tension is rising to the limit. Because he knows his hold on her is finished. And then the youngest sees the situation's premise. Gets up to stand between them so he can witness it to person diminish. But all he saw was a plate fly and crash. A flash of light. In darkness when he hit the floor. Despite the scuffle he heard. When this man curled his fist and hit his mom across the face screaming, bitch! She ran back to that sink she stared in. That knife that gleamed within it, she grabbed before she could swing it. He grabbed the wrist And now they clinch the war. She falls, then crawls to the corner and screams in horror. Because that knife was deep in his chest, she plunged, looked into his hurt eyes, and realized she just murdered her eldest son. And that's that one.